أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون وبعد اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم اللهم زدنا علما وارفعنا بكتابك الكريم اللهم اجعلنا من أهلك وخاصتك اللهم اجعلنا من أهل كتابك الذين هم أهلك وخاصتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم اجعلنا ممن يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه. Alhamdulillah. Welcome my dear brothers and sisters in the fifth day of Ramadan and the fifth session that we'll try to memorize one surah, Surah Al-Mulk, understand some of the different aspects of its verses. The prescription is that one verse a day, and we expect everyone by today that they learn how to recite it correctly, and number two, memorize the first 4 verses of Surah Al-Mulk. In today's inshallah ta'ala session, we will see in the first part of it one of the reasons why it was so called, the surah, why it was so called Al-Mulk. Who can remind me what does Al-Mulk mean? No. Al-Mulk. What is Al-Mulk? All your answers just gave a partial answer. I want a comprehensive answer. So till today from the brother's side, they still doubt what does word Al-Mulk mean. So that will be your tomorrow's homework. So this brings us to yesterday's homework then. What was yesterday's homework? Sorry? The distance between, we said that there are 7 heavens, right? So what is the distance between the different?
500 years.
Allahu Akbar. Mustafa has got answer. Don't give them the answer. Keep it between them, okay? I want to test them first. How many? Come on. Honestly, have you searched it?
Yes,
You searched it, and what did you find?
500 years quite correct, but I think it's all like the speed of light.
And speed of light, okay. So what's mentioned in the hadith of Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is what Brother Mustafa just said, MashaAllah. You deserve a gift, MashaAllah. Very good, Mustafa. In the hadith of the Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the distance between 2 heavens is like 500 years. So regardless, if you think about it, have 500 years of walking, have 500 years of light years, 500 years of what? That is a huge amount. That is what the expression it gives you. It's how far is each and every heaven from the next one. So barakallah feek, very good answer, Mustafa. جزاك الله خير وبارك فيك وبارك في من علمك وحفظكم. طيب. Who did the exercise then? We had a homework yesterday and also an exercise. We said, I want you to go and search one of the miracles or the miracles in one of the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What was that? In the mosquito. And why did we choose that? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala challenged by the mosquito. Oh, Mustafa raising his hand again. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. So no homework, no exercises, you all failed. We will come now to memorization. I'll see, have you memorized or not? So Mustafa, go ahead. Take it. You deserve it. Yeah. What do you know about mosquitoes?
When they come on your skin,
Yeah.
they take all the blood, some blood off.
Some blood, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And how do they do that?
They, I haven't researched.
All right, so you need to research. Okay. Thank you, Mustafa. So yeah, by using one of the thinnest needle, subhanallah, the mosquito can come and pick some samples of blood, right? Alhamdulillah. So again, my dear brothers and sisters, search it and you will see, subhanallah, the miracles of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this simple, small, tiny creation that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used in Surah Al-Baqarah to challenge. Now, and Allah said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not tempt to use the mosquito as example. إن الله لا يستحيي أن يضرب مثلا. To give an example, there is no shyness about it. There is nothing to hide. To give an example by anything of the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even if it starts with something really small and tiny as the mosquitoes, and not even that, even the smaller and smaller and smaller. If we go and search the latest foundings of the scientists today, you will see the miracles and you will see the mightiness in the tiniest thing of the creator. Subhanallah. People used to think that the atom is the smallest part. 1 second, Mustafa. So scientists used to think that the atom is the smallest thing in the universe, or smallest thing created. Then after a few years, when they digged inside, they found, wow, subhanallah, there is a different universe. There is a universe within that small atom that cannot seen by the naked eye. And when you look deeply inside the atom and the practical, the electrons, protons, and so on, even when you look inside them, when you get to the point where the objects that cannot be, unbreakable practicals, when you look inside, you see, subhanallah, things runs as the whole universe. When you look inside, you see the protons, the electrons, the way and the cloud that they make within the atom. It resembles the whole universe, the sun, the earth, the different planets, this is the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Almighty. So I see that there's a failure in homework, failure in exercise. We'll see now the memorization. Yes, Mustafa, go ahead.
When it flaps its wings, it does 4,000 in 1 second.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. So, Brother Mustafa just added some good information about the mosquito. What does it do with the wing?
When it flaps, it does it 4,000 times in 1 second.
Allahu Akbar. Who can create something like that? When the mosquito flies, it does 4,000, right? 4,000 flaps a second. Alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is another example that is in the mosquito only. Again, I would call you all, dear brothers and sisters, search. Hussein, have you searched the something about related to mosquito? Because so far Mustafa is the only one who did.
70,000 miles?
That is between the two heavens.
Yeah, 70,000 miles.
70,000 miles. Who said so?
And from
I wanted it from the hadith of Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So no, you failed again. You joined the brother's side. No. Nah. The Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned it's 500 years. So it could be a light year, it could be a walking year, it could be anything, but it gave example of the mightiness of the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. 500 years. Again, with the verses that will come day by day, we will explore the reason, or one of the reasons, why this surah deserves to be called Al-Mulk, as what we will see today, inshallah ta'ala, in today's verse. And that's your tomorrow's homework. I'm not gonna say it again. Your tomorrow's, one of the homework I want you to do is that, to search what does word Al-Mulk mean. Because we have already mentioned that. Okay. طيب. Who has memorized the 4 verses, the first 4 verses? Fully. We have Brother Hussein, Abdurrahman.
No shoot.
Okay, we'll try, we'll give it a try. Sheikh Abdul Qadir,
Try.
50-50, okay, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, we'll give it a try, inshallah ta'ala. There is really, my dear brothers and sisters, by doing this, wallahi, you need to present in your mind that, you need to have this present in your mind, the what you are doing here is great. Regardless, I mean, try your best, but even though if you didn't succeed, don't worry, keep trying, and inshallah you will get there, inshallah. طيب, who can quickly recite the 4 verses, please? Mustafa, how are you doing so far?
I'm on the
3rd, 2nd?
not sure.
I'm not sure. Okay, can you read whatever you can? Jazakallah khair.
توافق
بسم الله الرحمن
بسم
الرحيم.
الله الرحيم توافق الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير ليبلوكم أيكم
الذي خلق الموت
الذي خلق الموت والحياة وليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور الذي خلق 7 سماوات in the Barker من تلا
ما ترى
في خلق الرحمن من تفوق
فرجع البصر
فرجع البصر
هل ترى
هل ترى من فطور
ما شاء الله ما شاء الله. Okay, so day by day, inshallah ta'ala, you will improve and you will memorize it, inshallah. Barakallahu feek, barakallahu feek. Very good, Mustafa. Go on.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فجور ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير.
ما شاء الله. I'm so happy والله Nizam. Jazakallah khairan. No, والله so far it's good. With 5 days, you keep repeating them, inshallah you'll be okay, inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر ما ترى هل ترى من فطور ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير.
ما شاء الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير ولقد زينا السماء.
الحمد لله. جزاكم الله خيرا. Number one, I'm alhamdulillah so pleased that with the effort you're doing so far, inshallah ta'ala, inshallah ta'ala, you will get to the point where inshallah you will be able to memorize the whole surah with confidence and with the ability to recite it as it should be. I've noticed, well, I didn't comment during your recitations about any tajweed mistakes or any. Well, in Tajweed we have two types of mistakes. One we call them jali, which is the appearance, so appear mistake, and there is the hidden mistakes, jali wa khafi. I've noticed that there are both. There are the apparent mistakes and there is the hidden mistakes. Apparent mistakes will be when you're pronouncing an alphabet from a different articulation points, like for example, dhal will be pronounced as za, or ta will be ta. This is called apparent mistake. This is the hukum for this mistake for the one who is able to correct it is muharram. We shouldn't fall in it. Another type of apparent mistake in tajweed is that changing the haraka of the alphabet. For example, if the letter Jim is with fatha and somebody read it with kasra, so instead of say ja, he read it G. This is apparent mistake. Or if the alphabet is with sukun, he puts fatha or kasra or dhamma, whatever the motion that he added, then that's again apparent mistake. Hidden mistake will be with ghunna, with the ighfa, idgham, idhar, and we will come to that. Yes, Mustafa?
I know another question about the mosquito.
Oh, a new information about mosquito. Go ahead.
The mosquito has a heart for each wing.
Allahu Akbar. And how many wings does the mosquito have?
2.
2. Okay, mashallah. Are you sure?
Um,
Isn't there a master heart? So every heart,
so
every wing has got a heart, right?
yeah.
Allahu Akbar. And the third heart is for what? The body.
Yeah.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Tabarak ar-Rahman. So it's like the heart or like a different controller for the wings for the mosquito. Barakallah feek. Jazakallah khairah. But that's their tomorrow's homework. They have to do it. Okay? Inshallah ta'ala. If the sisters would like from tomorrow to send their answers, they are more welcome to write them down and then I can read them. Yeah. Okay. So I'll read the 4 verses again and then we will begin with the tafsir or some of the meanings of the 5th verse. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا بِمَصَابِيحَ وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينِ وَأَعْتَدْنَا لَهُمْ عَذَابَ السَّعِيرِ. Shaykh Abdul Rahman, I need to check two major mistakes that some of you have done it before we proceed. In verse number 3, one of the brothers, when he read the word tafawut, I would like all of you to look at the word tafawut. Are you able to find it? One of the brothers read it as tafa'ut. It's not hamza, it's dhamma. Tafawu, tafawut, not tafa'ut. Okay? The other major mistake in the word in the 4th verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, ثُمَّ ارْجِعِ الْبَصَرَ كَرَّتَيْنِ يَنْقَلِبْ. So the ba is with sukoon. Regardless if we stop or connect the ba with the after, it will be sakin. So the way we will read it is يَنْقَلِبْ إِلَيْكَ. So it's not يَنْقَلِبُ إِلَيْكَ. It's sakin, it's sukoon apparent. You can clearly see it's sukoon, not dhamma. يَنْقَلِبْ إِلَيْكَ, not يَنْقَلِبُ إِلَيْكَ. That is a mistake. So it should be read as ثُمَّ ارْجِعِ الْبَصَرَ كَرَّتَيْنِ يَنْقَلِبْ إِلَيْكَ الْبَصَرُ خَاسِئًا وَهُوَ حَسِيرٌ. Now, so today's verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا بِمَصَابِيحَ وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينِ وَأَعْتَدْنَا لَهُمْ عَذَابَ السَّعِيرِ. نسأل الله العفو والعافية. وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا, we have indeed purified or made it beautiful. وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا. What is السَّمَاء الدُّنْيَا? السَّمَاء is the sky or a heaven. Sama is a heaven. As-sama, the heaven. So when we added the word ad-dunya, as-samaa ad-dunya, so which heaven we are talking about here?
One who can see.
Exactly. It's our sky. It's the heavens that we can see. Okay? As-samaa ad-dunya. So this sama, the nearest heaven to us, has been added to this dunya, like the worldly life. We know dunya means this worldly life, isn't it? The hereafter is called akhirah. This is one of the beauty of the Arabic language. So the nearest sky toward us, it's been, given a definition to it, or given a description, or one of its nicknames is sama ad-dunya. Okay? So when we say as-sama ad-dunya, it means the nearest sky or the nearest heaven out of the 7 heavens toward us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave it the nickname as sama ad-dunya. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, indeed we have made this sama ad-dunya beautiful, beautified. And how? Bimasabih. What's musbah? What is that?
Lantern.
The lantern, yeah, the lamp. Who remind me, we started the first session and we mentioned lamp, and it was example of what? The heart, our hearts. Barakallahu feek, Izam. Our hearts. And the heart is within al-mishkah. We call Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or in Arabic, al-mishkah is the place where the lamp or the lanterns will be placed in, al-mishkah. So this whole heaven is like al-mishkah, and within this mishkah there are lamps. That is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in this verse. We have made as-sama' ad-dunya, this worldly, the sky, the nearest sky to us, we have made it beautiful by adding these, what are they? Lanterns. Is it correctly pronounced lanterns? Lanterns. Lanterns. Okay. Because sometimes till now I struggle with the pronouncing the English, some English words. Lantern. What's the last alphabet in the word? N. Lantern. Okay. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala beautifies. So what are these lanterns in the sky? Who can tell me? These stars. Whatever we can see in the night when we have a clear sky. In the sama' ad-dunya. Bi-masabih. Okay. Is it only to beautify the sky? Allah added, وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينَ. So those stars will fire toward the devils, الشياطين. Who are those shayateen? Who can tell me? Okay, the jinn. And do you present in your mind anything related to that? What does the shayateen do in the sky when the stars will be, or when they will be attacked by trying to listen to commands through when the angels are taking them? Okay. And what was the major difference that happened? I mean, they use in humanity life, there was a milestone according to that. There is a milestone, we can imagine it as a milestone in humanity life before and after the prophethood of the messenger, the prophecy of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Before the Jibreel alayhi salam was sent down to the messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam for the first time, the activity of the jinns used to be most frequent than after the time when the Risala or the Jibreel came down to the messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this is, you can refer back to Surah Al-Jinn. There is a whole surah in the Quran called Al-Jinn. You can go back to it and refer to it, and you will see in depth Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talking about what happened at the time of the Risala of the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Now, in the verse Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Al-Jinn, that is the first verse. There is a verse in particular. Can I see the Mus'haf akhi? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَأَنَّا كُنَّا نَقْعُدُ مِنْهَا مَقَاعِدَ لِلسَّمْعِ فَمَنْ يَسْتَمِعِ الْآنَ يَجِدْ لَهُ شِهَابًا رَصَدًا. So the jinn used to say, what happened this night? We used to go and listen and it's fine. But since tonight, things changed, and whoever trying to go and, drop his ear will find a star that's been attacked with shihab. Shihab is like the meteors, the meteors, which is small parts of the stars. Small part of the stars coming out of the star and being hit with it. So the risala, or the time when Jibreel alayhi salam was sent sent down to the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that is a new milestone in humanity life. Things has changed. Jinn can never ever go back again and try to listen. And when they try to go and listen to the angels or to Jibreel, they will be hit by, or they will be fired into by a star. So these stars, to make the Sama ad-Dunya beautiful, as well as to protect al-Wahi, وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا بِمَصَابِيحَ وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينِ وَأَعْتَدْنَا لَهُمْ عَذَابَ السَّعِيرِ. What will be the result for those shayateen? And it will be both shayateen al-ins, and we know that there are devils among mankind. There are jinn shayateen and there are mankind shayateen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from. And talking in this context, this will remind me something that related to yesterday's verse and as well as today's verse. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير. If you remember that, this verse brought an idea yesterday, which is to have tadabbur and tafakkur. My dear brothers and sisters, the problem that as Muslims today we have in our social life, in our family life, in our professional life, is that most of us has got no tafakkur in their decisions or in our decisions. Most of our actions today is out of the feelings, not out of the brains. And that is one of the major mistakes or one of the major problems that we have today. In our family life, when husbands dealing with their wives or the vice versa, when we are dealing with our friends, when we are dealing with our neighbors, with our managers, in all our dealings, we fail in thinking. There is a healthy way of living and there is an unhealthy way. The healthy way of living is that there will be action, and then there will be, I'm talking now about the healthy life. There is action. There's something happened to us. The healthy life should be, the second part will be, have thought about it, think about it. Then you will have impression and feelings, then you have reaction. Number 4 is reaction. In our today's modern life, we neglect thinking. We move from action to feelings, so we will be always and immediately angry, and then there is a reaction. I mean, when we go and see what happened lately in Manchester, subhanallah. I don't know, are they really thinking they are serving their religion by doing these stupid actions? That is the problem. We are not brainy. We act according to our feelings. So the healthy way of living is that there is action, and then there is thought about that, which means needs some time. You need to give its time, the idea in your brain, thinking about it, searching it. Then, according to what you thought, according to what informations you have found about something that happened to you, you build your feelings according to that. And then you will have, you can react in a suitable way. By jumping and neglecting the thought, we will have stupid and very stupid and awful reactions as you see. Again, this we can apply it in our daily dealings with our families, with our kids, with our regardless in what environment we will be put in. If we go back to example, I'll give you this simple example in the time of the Messenger ﷺ. That was with the father of Khalid ibn al-Walid. We know that. Khalid ibn al-Walid radiallahu anhu was one of the great Sahabi radiallahu anhu. He fought 99 wars and never lose one. His leadership, was something else. But his dad, subhanallah, Al-Walid ibn al-Mughira, he disbelieved. And in Surah Al-Muddathir, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained his example, the example or what happened with Al-Walid ibn al-Mughira. Al-Walid ibn al-Mughira was one of the richest in Quraysh, one of the people who has got wealth and many kids, over 10. Some scholars said 10 kids, some of them they said it's over 10. One of the most respected, one of the most people who has got brain to think, he's well known as a thinker in Quraysh. The first time he heard the Quran and returned to Quraysh, the people of Quraysh asked him, "Oh, Al-Walid, what do you say about this?" He said, "I heard something that I never ever came across. There is sweetness on it. Inna alayhi la halawa. And it's these words that I have heard, it will be at the top, and nothing can be at the top, higher than this level." And kept describe these words that he heard. Then the Quraysh people, they feared that he has believed in Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So one of the, I think it was Abu Jahl, came to him. He said, "Oh Al-Walid, the people start saying that Muhammad has fed you and give you some provision. People start saying that. He used to be one of the wealthiest. And people, the Arab people, I'm sure in all nations, there are, people who they want, they can do whatever, but they don't want people to say any bad words about them. They don't like propagandas. So people of Mecca, this, I think it was Abu Jahl, telling him that the people of Mecca start talking about you, saying that Muhammad has dedicated like some sort of salary or some sort of reward for you, start feeding you to believe. He said, "Are they?" He said, "Yeah." Then Allah, the description that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said about him. See, now there is action. The action is that Al-Walid was afraid of, that the people of Mecca, which they used to be the majority disbelievers, start talking about him in bad way. So now he has, number one, the action. He received the action now. Then what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described him in Surah Al-Muddathir, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, ذَرْنِي وَمَنْ خَلَقْتُ وَحِيدًا. Leave me with that person who were created alone. When we came, all of us, when we came out of the wombs of our mothers, we used to be alone. خَلَقْتُ وَحِيدًا. We came alone to this dunya without anything, without even the ability to look at the babies. the first moment when they got born, they won't be able to see. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will provide us all these ni'am in ourselves, the sight, the hearings, the ability to walk, the ability to think. ذَرْنِي وَمَنْ خَلَقْتُ وَحِيدًا. Leave me with that who were created and brought to this dunya by himself, alone, has nothing. وَجَعَلْتُ لَهُ مَالًا مَمْدُودًا. And I made him wealth, and I provided him with wealth. وَبَنِينَ شُهُودًا. And kids that they are present wherever he will be. وَمَهَّدْتُ لَهُ تَمْهِيدًا. I have made this life easy for him. ثُمَّ يَطْمَعُ أَنْ أَزِيدَ. Then he seek for more and more and more. كَلَّا إِنَّهُ كَانَ لِآيَاتِنَا عَنِيدًا سَأُرْهِقُهُ صَعُودًا. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. Sa'ud in quick, because the time is running. Sa'uda is a mountain in hellfire. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. Wail, you know that there is always in surah, many surah and surah in Juz' al-Naba, in chapter 30, wailun lil-mutaffifin, wailun likulli humazatin lumaza. Wail, Prophet ﷺ said, is a valley in the hellfire. The one who will be thrown into, it would take him over 40 years to reach the bottom of that valley. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. Sa'uda is a mountain. It would take the person 70 years to climb it. And the one who is trying to escape the hellfire climbing that mountain, every moment he put his feet or her feet on it, their feet will melt. And every time they put their hands will melt. And then when they take it off, it will return to its condition. It will take them 70 years to climb, but then they will fall again into the bottom of that mountain. ذَرْنِي وَمَنْ خَلَقْتُ وَحِيدًا وَجَعَلْتُ له ذَرْنِي وَمَنْ خَلَقْتُ وَحِيدًا وَجَعَلْتُ لَهُ مَالًا مَمْدُودًا وَبَنِينَ شُهُودًا وَمَهَّدْتُ لَهُ تَمْهِيدًا ثُمَّ يَطْمَعُ أَنْ أَزِيدَ. Asking for more and more. كَلَّا, nay, إِنَّهُ كَانَ لِآيَاتِنَا عَنِيدًا سَأُرْهِقُهُ صَعُودًا. إِنَّهُ, this is the point where I want to talk about. إِنَّهُ فَكَّرَ وَقَدَّرَ. He had a thought. So the action happened. People of Mecca claiming, Abu Jahl saying, look, people of Mecca saying that, so the action is there. He didn't react immediately. إِنَّهُ فَكَّرَ وَقَدَّرَ. He had his thoughts. And then he made his decision according to his thought. And according to that time, and that is one of the big fitna. I mean, one of the people in the time of Tabi'een, the people who saw the Sahaba, so didn't see the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but met the Sahaba who saw the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We call them At-Tabi'een. So one of the people of Tabi'een was telling one of the Sahaba, how lucky you are. You saw the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Do you know what was the reaction of that Sahabi? Do you think he said, yeah, you missed that? We saw the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. No. He said, look what you are saying. You people who were born, you were given birth and brought up in a Muslim society, and you were brought in a Muslim family, the whole society are disbelievers. And then you find that the people who are accepting this new thing, this new message, are from the people who are for you, the poor people, the slave people, the people who have no power in the society, no wealth, nothing. Imagine the fitna that people who decide, yes, we want to accept Islam, how their mindset will be at that time. It's not easy. So that Sahabi told and replied to this Tabi, he said, look what you're saying. You have no idea the fitna that we went through at the time when we accepted the Islam. And that is the thing, when the father of Khalid bin Walid, Al-Walid al-Mughira, when he was told that people of Mecca saying this, and the majority of people that time were disbelievers, that is the challenge. He just few moments or few days ago, he said good thing about the word that he heard from the Quran, and immediately a single word from a bad companion of his companions told him that look what people of Mecca saying. He rejected all of what he said, and he said it's these words is out of magicians and sorcery. إنه فكر وقدر فقتل كيف قدر ثم قتل كيف قدر ثم نظر. Then he gave it a thought. This is one of the words of tadabbur. Nazar. After he gave the thoughts and the tadabbur, ثم عبس وبسر. He frowned and scowled. His forehead became, this goose. ثم نظر ثم عبس وبسر. Allahu Akbar. The description of the Quran for the beauty of the Quran. ثم عبس وبسر ثم أدبر واستكبر. So his reaction became, after giving the thought and did the tadabbur, he decided, his heart, subhanallah, was sent away from the haqq. He followed the people of the disbelievers in Mecca, and he started saying bad things about the Quran, saying that this is outcome of a sorcerer, from a magician, and so on and so on and so on. So again, this will call us to think, and not only that, when we do our actions in this worldly life, we have to give it after given a correct time for thinking. Wallahi, most of our problems, between husband and wives today, you will find there is a challenge, there is issues. Each and every, even the house of the Messenger ﷺ, there used to be difficulties, and there used to be sometimes, and we know that the verses that describe the situation of Aisha radiallahu anha once when she got jealous. But what was the reaction of the Messenger ﷺ? That is what we should follow. Today, when the husband will have a difficult time or listen a bad word from his wife, he'll start acting with weird and bad words and this and that. Why? Because he is not simply using his brain. He is using his feelings. His feelings is controlling him. And the same example with the wife. When the husband is saying something bad, he has a bad day, then going back home with a bad mental and bad mood, the wife will start reacting according to feelings, not according to, brain actions. Now, ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير. So when you have your thoughts about this heavens, and you see that there is no break, there is no inconsistency in them, your sight will go back to you knowing that it's perfect. This can never ever be made by itself. This the Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala, the greatness of the Creator subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا بِمَصَابِيحَ وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينِ وَأَعْتَدْنَا لَهُمْ عَذَابَ السَّعِيرِ. We went through some meanings in this verse, but now word-to-word translation. وَلَقَدْ is one of the words called indeed. زَيَّنَّا, beautify. السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيا is the nearest heaven to us, السَّمَاء الدُّنْيا, which made beautiful by al-masabih. Masabih is the lamps, okay? Simply, I don't want to use that word, still I'm struggling to use it. So the lamps. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave or called these stars that we can see in the heavens during the clear sky night, call them lamps. وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينَ, and we made them also rujuma, where the shayateen devils will be attacked when they try to go and listen or drop their ears. وَأَعْتَدْنَا لَهُمْ عَذَابَ السَّعِيرِ, and we have made their reward in the hereafter will be the hellfire. Sa'ir is one of the words of fire, the hellfire. Again, this is one of the things that I'll ask you to go and try to understand what is al word sa'ir. Where does the word as-sa'ir is from? Sa'ara. What's sa'ara? And what's sa'ir? And what's one of the it's using when you say sa'ara bihi? You know, as-sa'ir, may Allah protect us, it's not just a simple name for Jahannam or hellfire. It gives you even the description of how it's burning itself, the fire itself burning the fire. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. And this is, again, as I said in the introduction, in this verse, وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا بِمَصَابِيحِ, this is one of the verses that would explain one of the reasons why this surah is deserved to be called Al-Mulk. And this is your homework tomorrow, don't forget. Al-Mulk. What is Al-Mulk? وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا. So again, it's a call for us to look in the sky, think. My dear brothers, sisters, respected elders, one example to know the Almighty and the Mighty in this creature of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the as-samawat, in the heavens. All of you know the orbit called Al-Mushtari or Jupiter. Just give you an example to see the greatness of the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do you know that if we have a rocket that can travel 40,000 miles in an hour, how long do you think that vehicle or rocket would take to reach to Jupiter? 40,000 miles in an hour or per hour. It would take that vehicle 6 years of our years to get into Jupiter. 40,000 miles an hour. It would take that vehicle 6 years to reach to that. Not only that. Do you know the nearest sun to us? The nearest sun to us that we got the light and the heat out of it, it would take 4 light years to get to it. What does that mean? 4 light years. The light travels in a speed of 300,000 kilometers, this time kilometers, 300,000 kilometers in 1 second. We are not talking about minutes, hours, days. This is how quick the light is traveling. 300,000 kilometers per second. Okay.
Sorry, I've just found stuff we need to handle.
Abdurrahman.
Sorry for interrupting.
That's okay. Multiply that by 60. That will give you the time in 1 minute. Multiply it by 60, it will give you in 1 hour. Multiply it by 24 to give you in 1 day. Multiply it by 365 to give you in 1 year. Multiply that by 4 to know how long. That is, if we traveled by a car, if we imagine that there is a road linked us from here to Jupiter, there is a straight path. The car that travels 100 miles an hour, it would take that car 50 million years to get into Jupiter. Sorry, we are not talking here about Jupiter. We are talking about the sun. The sun. And you know how quick the light is reaching from the sun to us? 8 seconds. It would take the sun 8 seconds for its light to get to us. Allahu Akbar. 4 light years, which would take 50 million years for a vehicle traveling 100 miles per hour or kilometers per hour to get to the sun. 50 millions. You know what, brothers? Some of the suns in the heavens, the size of that sun would take our sun, the nearest sun, which is our sun, the distance between the sun to us, and including the earth, it would take that inside it. Can you imagine how big is that sun is? The sun, the earth, the distance between them. There are other suns in this universe that would take, the size of it would take that, the sun itself, the distance to the earth and the earth. And just to give you a hint, do you know that our sun would take, the size of our sun, it can fill 1,300,000 of our earths. So if you take 1,300,000 objects of the size of our earth, you can fill the sun with. I mean, can you imagine, subhanallah, the might of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Our sun, simply that sun, we say we can travel to it, we need 4 light years. Include our earth, include the sun, subhanallah. There is only one sun that would take all of that together. And our sun itself, it would take 1,300,000 objects of the size of our earth. Tabarakallahu ahsanul khaliqeen. Glorify Him. When this surah started with the word tabaraka, glorify Him, wallahi, we need to think and we need to have in deep sight in this creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sorry, Mustafa, 1 second. Wallahi, when we really realize the mightiness in the smallest thing that Allah created, in something like mosquito, or in the greatest, or it's not the greatest, or one of the great things that's been created in the universe, we will understand why this surah is called Al-Mulk, and why it deserves to be started with Tabarak, glorify Him. We will finish today. We will not be able. We don't have time to recite tomorrow's verse. It will be for you a chance to re-memorize the 4 verses. But just again to I don't know if you are able to imagine these numbers that we have said. If we need to travel to Jupiter in a car that travels, or in a rocket that travels 40,000 miles in an hour or per hour, it needs 6 years. The distance between our Earth and the Sun is 4 light years. It needs the car that travels 100 kilometers per hour, it needs it 50 million years to get to there if there is a straight path between here and our Sun. 4 light years. It's not only that. There are other stars that can include the Sun. The distance between the Sun to the Earth. The Earth, all of it together inside it. Only one star. Not only that. If we know that, the Sun itself, our Sun, its size would take 1,300,000 of objects like the size of our Earth. Do we know now Surah Al-Mulk? What does Al-Mulk mean? This is Al-Mulk of Allah. And do we know why it starts with Tabarak? Because yes, Tabarak alladhi biyadihi al-mulk. Wa Tabarak Allahu ahsanul khaliqin. Word Tabarak has been mentioned in a couple of places in the Quran. In the beginning of Surah Al-Mulk, and one of the other places, it was at the end of a verse that explains the different stages that we go through inside the wombs of our mothers. And at the end of it, Allah said, فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنُ الْخَالِقِينَ. تَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنُ الْخَالِقِينَ. We came to the end of today's session. We won't have the chance to recite today. Again, that will give you time to try to fix the recitations of the 4 verses. And Mustafa, do you have questions? Sorry, your hand now is in pain, I think. Go ahead.
How much people would it take to fill the whole Sun?
Wow. Wow. That is a good question. Again, what's the question?
How much people will it take to fill the whole Sun up?
Yeah, I agree with you. It should be how much, not how many. Because we know that many is for countable and much will be for the uncountable. It's like, if you take the punch of people like you're taking a punch of sugar and throw them inside the... Well, that is a good question. The first thing to know, to be able to answer this question, I don't know if there are scientists who estimated the number of people needed to fill the Earth. So if you need, you can search tonight, number one, how many people needed, to fill the Earth, and then multiply that number by 1,300,000, and then you'll get the answer. Okay? Inshallah ta'ala. Is there any question? That's a clever question. Sorry?
Give the answer tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. That's your homework. So, number one, you need to know how much people, because you use much, so how much people require to fill the Earth. Okay? So once you know that, multiply that number by 1,300,000, and then you will know the answer. Any other questions? جزاكم الله خيرا وسبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد ان لا اله الا انت نستغفرك ونتوب اليك الحمد لله رب العالمين